Hi, welcome to Doris and Kids. My name is Doris. If you're new here, I'm a mom for the homeschool, in college, work full-time, and single. Yeah, that's me. I don't know why it's funny. But today's video is going to be me showing you my schedule of how I plan everything to be able to survive. I made a previous video showing y'all my schedule, me working part-time in homeschooling and college and things like that. But since then, I have moved to working full-time. So I work 12 hours, 3 days a week. So I just want to show my schedule on how I do that with me still being able to homeschool my kids and do the millions of things as mom we have to do. So I'm going to flip this around and I'm just going to show y'all my planner, and we are going to basically plan with me. Okay, I feel that that'll be way easier than me just talking through it. So today I'm kind of free because my mom took the kids last night, so I didn't know what to do myself. Like with all this stuff I could be doing up here, I was like, oh, I have this extra time. Let me add something else to my list of doing instead of cleaning up, folded laundry. I could have deep cleaned. You know, I could have just sleep and do nothing. But I decided to add something else to my list. That's how crazy I am. I was like, I'm going to make sourdough bread. I have a starter that I received from one of my friends on Thursday, and I was going to wait like 2 weeks and then start making it in June when the kids are gone. That was my plan. But no, yesterday I was like, I'm just going to make it. Okay. So this is how it turned out. Okay. Listen to this. I made a loaf. Ow. It's so hard. It is like, you can hear it. This is the piece I cut. Okay. One, you know, it's like still, I can still push it. So it is very gooey inside, or it's either wasn't baked well. I don't know what I did, but it's so hard. And it's so like, I can push it. So this is the planner that I use. I have a video up showing y'all my planner, but I just made these inserts. Let me see. I'm trying to like not show that much information. I go to June so you can see a blank page. But this is the planner that I made, and I used to use the Passion Planner, and I love the layout, but it have a lot of things I wasn't using. I was taking a lot of space, so I made my own. I'm gonna show you what my schedule used to look like before all of the changes happen. So this is basically what my schedule used to look like when I was working part-time and I was getting off at 4 a.m. and things like that. That's just what it used to look like, and it was working great for my family. You know, I don't know if you can see, but I had everything planned in here. And then the sidebar just use it for prayers and things like that. This is what usually my planner look like, because this is actually, when I'm planning, this is an actual meantime as well, because I just love planning. So that is what that look like. So now we're going to go to May, and we're going to plan what it looks like now with full time. Okay. So for my new schedule now, I work on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and instead of me getting off at 4 o'clock, now I get off at 7 a.m. So I do 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So that is what my schedule until of this month. For the previous semester, the whole semester, all the way to May. In June and July, my schedule is going to change. I'm going to be working 3 on, 4 off, 4 on, 3 off. Now, Sunday, I still try to go to church. I haven't been going to church the last 3 weeks just because I have been tired for some reason. I don't know what it is. I think my iron pill is off or something like that. Has just been weak. My planner go from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Okay, so from at 6 a.m. I am sleeping. The whole house is sleeping here, and then we wake up around 7. Our church starts at 9. So at 8:30 we're leaving and going to church, and then my church is usually over 11. But I put my church from 8:30 to 12 o'clock. So the reason I do that, we have a playground in the front yard. My kids like talking to people. Me, not that much, which I'm working on now. I just like to go to church and leave. I'm very antisocial, but my kids are not. And I went to public school and then homeschool. My kids are not. So they like to talk and hang out. So I schedule that till 12 o'clock, and that's the latest I leave the church is at 12 o'clock. We may leave early, but around like 11:55, I'm telling everyone let's go in the car. We need to leave. Whatever, you have like an hour to talk and whatever. So we leave the church during that time frame. Okay. And then around 1 o'clock, I will go grocery shopping. Okay. So just put food. I don't know. I like to put food shopping instead of grocery shopping for some reason. So from 1 o'clock all the way to 3 o'clock, that's a blocks I schedule for to go shopping. I don't, can you can't even see this pen. I have to use black because I don't think you can see that. So I think now you can see better. I just went over with the black pen. So on Sunday, I'm sleeping at this time and I wake up around 7. It has around 7:30. So when I wake up, we're all waking up. And during that time, whenever I wake up, the first thing I do after brushing my teeth and doing whatever I need to do for my facial care, whatever, I fold laundry, and that usually take me 5 minutes because we do laundry every night. With the kids, put the laundry in the wash and dryer, and then when I come home from work or whatever, I fold the laundry. On Saturday when I'm sleeping at home, I put the laundry in there and I fold the laundry in the morning, and the kids put it up. Usually like the clothes that they wear the previous day. So maybe 1 or 2 outfits. So it does not take that long. Okay. But I just want you to know in the morning, around 7 or 8 o'clock, I always fold laundry. That way when the kids make up, they can wake up, they can put it away. But I'm not going to read that in all the way because I just know that. But I want to tell you when I get my laundry done. Okay. So then after we go food shopping till 3 o'clock, a lot of the time we are home at 3. It's very easy for kids to eat more fruit and vegetable if it's prepped and ready. So the hour time frame, that's what I do, is prepping my fruit and vegetable, and the kids help me put things away. Okay. Around 4 o'clock, I take a nap. Okay, I take a nap till 6 o'clock. Okay. So then I wake up at 6, and between 6 to 6:30, I'm getting ready to go to work. I work from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So on Sunday night to Monday morning, I come home is about 7:30 to 8 o'clock. So my next scheduled time is at 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, I'm home. And when I come home, I would just put breakfast out. Breakfast warm up. And then I will also fold laundry. Between 9 to 12 o'clock, that is when I sleep. Okay? So, mom sleep. During that time, the kids do the independent schoolwork. So Madison can read all her stuff now. Sonny, he can do his math and some of his things by himself. So independent work, that's when the kids do this homeschool for them. So the kids homeschool by self. Okay? Yeah, you can't read that. So the kids are homeschool by themselves. So then when I wake up around 12-ish, 12:30-ish, depending, but a lot of time up at 12 o'clock, we homeschool from 1 to 2:30. Okay? So this is homeschool from 1 to 2:30. Okay, so my schedule said I wake up at 12, but when I wake up, I'm getting on the bed, things like that, and then I have to talk to the kids and figure out what's going on, what they haven't done, what I need to work on. So that is what this the whole 30 minutes for. So that is still homeschool things, but when I actually start reading and helping them, it's usually around 1 o'clock because I have to eat as well. So that's why my schedule is 1 to 2:30. Okay, and then 2:30 we are leaving to go to Abigail track practice because her track practice goes from 3 to 4 or 4:30. So for her track practice, we leave at 2:30. And then I schedule that all the way to 5 o'clock. Okay, that way if a practice run later, we have that in the time it take us to drive back home. We have that in there as well. And then while Abigail's track practice right here, I do one or two things. One, I either sleep in the car. Two, I do homeschool with the kids. So when I plan a homeschool week out, after I do homeschool up here for that day, and anyone that is not done for that day, I just do it in the car. That's the only reason I try to get it done in that time frame. I try to utilize my time. So during this time, I don't have my cell phone or anything like that. Anything that can distract me, my phone is put away. Because when I'm done with the school here, I can sleep in the car. Okay? So this right here, that's when I utilize when she's in practice. We stay in the car, so we run a lot of gas because I let the car running for the air, the heat to be on, and things like that. Or sometimes I would just let the kids run around at the school, and the coach allowed them to run around, and then I can homeschool whatever kids need to be homeschooled depending on how good the weather is. If the weather's not good, we stay in the car, and then I do whoever need to do homeschool. When I'm taking a nap, the kids have the tablet and the headphones on. That way they can watch show and they're not fighting and things that wake me up. So that is when I utilize this time. If I don't take a nap during that time when I come home around, if Abigail's practice over at 4:30, but I don't get home at 5, I take a nap from 5 to 6. Okay, so then I'll take a nap. I went all the way down. This is 5 and 5:30. So that should be right here. So then I'll take a nap between 5 to 6. And then I'll get ready and leave and go to work here. Okay. As you can see, I don't have dinner in here because my kids are warming up dinner. I'm not doing that because I already cooked dinner for the week. Okay. So then I work all the way up here to 7 a.m. Okay. So my Monday and my Tuesday is always it's almost alike. There's nothing changing because I'm doing the same thing on these 2 days. We used to have forest school co-op on Tuesday, and when my schedule changed to full time, I was not getting enough sleep. I did the forest school for 3 weeks after it changed, and it was not safe. I was falling asleep. I was literally slapping myself to stay up to drive the kids to forest school. And after 3 weeks, I don't know why it took me that long. I was saying, no, we are not gonna do this. Forget about the money we spend. Forget about that. We're just not going to do the homeschool co-op. That's the only thing when you're homeschooling. As a single mom, you need to know what you're capable of doing and what you're not capable of doing. That was not a safe situation. So now we don't do any kind of forest school on Tuesday. So I just sleep, and this whole schedule just repeats itself up here for Tuesday. Okay. So I do the same thing. Breakfast, homeschool, track practice, nap, and then work up here all the way. Now on Wednesday, that is when it's a little bit different because I don't work on Wednesday night. So I'm working here to 7. My Wednesday is a little bit different because on Wednesday we have family therapy session, and we have the session that is split up. We have 9, 10, we have 10 to 11. So we're there till 12 o'clock. So I try to leave work early. That way I'm in bed at 8 o'clock and I can take a nap till 9:30. So that gives me an hour to hour and a half of nap time. So I am sleeping here till 9:30. And then I wake up. By the time I wake up, my kids are already ready and they're dressed, ready to go. Maybe 5 minutes checking everyone and things like that. But my kids are really good with being ready for therapy. That's one of the reasons it's important to let your kids know what's going on. Talk to them for the plan at the beginning of the week. Hey, this is what we have. That way they know what's going on, that they're not blindsided. Then my kids know if we have therapy that week or we don't. When we don't have therapy, I just sleep in. But when we have therapy, the kids, when I wake up, they're all ready and dressed and ready to leave the house. So then we'll have therapy from 10 and we're there till 12 o'clock. So we're there till 12, therapy. And then Abigail has practice up here. So instead of me leaving and our therapy is at a college campus, we stay there and play at the park or we do schoolwork. So from like 12 to 1 o'clock, I'll just let them do play, or I tell them, hey, do you want me to do your schoolwork with you? And then later you can play. But between this time, from 12 to 2 o'clock, we are playing or schooling. Okay,
So that is just what we do. So they decide who's gonna go first. Now, so I always have my school stuff with them in the car. We do more school in the car than at home. But we do that, and depending on what needs to be done that day, if they're done early, we stay there or not. But I'm usually done with school there, and then we leave the park around 2 or 2:30 ish and drive to Abigail track practice. Okay, and then her track practice, depending on when it's over with, either at 4 or 5, depending on that. If a track practice is over early, we just do fun thing, either going to the park or going walking around the store. Whatever the kids want to do that time, we do that around that time frame, because we have church at 6:30. On Wednesday, the upper level youth group, they have pizza, so I just buy like one pizza from Little Caesar, like $7. So that we'll eat for dinner for the little one, or I'll prep food depending on what I made that week. But a lot of the time we end up eating pizza on Wednesday, because because Wednesday at church they have pizza there, so it's just easy for me to give my kids pizza. But we have church till from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. Okay, so then we get home around 8:30 ish, and the kids have bedtime at 9. So when we get home, they do what they need to do and they just go to bed. During that time period where the kids are in bed, this is where I do my schoolwork. I'm also in college, and a lot of my classes is online, but I do have one class at the college I have to go to on Thursday. So I do all my schoolwork here, and I usually go to bed around 1 a.m. So on Thursday, okay, so I'm sleeping here on Thursday around 6 o'clock, but around like 6:30 ish or 7, I'm up. Okay, so I'm up, just prep breakfast. This is when we usually have warm breakfast. If I need to make warm breakfast, which is usually potato hash, because the kids don't like pre-made potato hash. It's not as crispy, So I'll make breakfast here on Thursday, and then so breakfast here. And then when I'm making breakfast, I wake the kids up and they clean their room, brush their teeth, whatever they need to do to get ready, because we actually have time to do devotional, because we haven't been doing it with the whole schedule. We haven't been doing devotional. So on this day, this is the uptime we have opportunity to do devotional. So we are eating and devotional time. So with devotional, I schedule like a whole hour here for devotional when Dorian is praying. So when Dorian is praying, we start early at like 7:30 instead of starting at 8. That we have an hour, because Dorian took a long time to pray, and I'm not gonna interrupt his prayer with God. So I just let him go, because I have to leave the house around 8:40ish to be able to get to my class at 9 o'clock. Okay, so we do that when Dorian is not praying devotion, usually like 10 minutes instead of 30, 40 minutes, usually 10 minutes. So we're done with that. We just have time. This time we just talk and joke around and things to that. It's no school time. So then I leave the house and I have lab outside. Lab I should just put mom's school. So my schedule for that lab is scheduled from 9 to 12 o'clock, but we don't spend that much time up there. Everyone in that class is moms and they're very mature adults, so they do outside work, and then when we get to class, we just do lab work. So the latest I ever stayed was at 10:30. So I schedule my lab to 11 because I have to drive up here. And even the professor said we don't need to be staying here till past 10:30. If you need extra stuff, you can stay here. And she stayed, but usually she dismissed the class around 10 o'clock. But if I have to stay for extra 30 minutes just to understand material, take pictures of the model, I'm usually out of the campus by 10:30. So I scheduled that to 11. So while I'm gone, the kids are still doing individual work. So they're doing homeschool by themselves. Okay, so then whenever I come home, and I'm usually home around 11 o'clock, I'll just do schoolwork and things like that. And my kids eat lunch. I know I don't put that in there, and they're always snacking. If you homeschool, your kids are always snacking. So I don't plan lunch in. A lot of the time it's just smoothies that they eat for lunch, and then they just snack on fruit and vegetables and things like that. So when I come home, I will eat what I need to eat, and then I would just do school till around 2:30. and then we just repeat and go to track practice the same time, and then I schedule that in until 5 o'clock. Okay, on Thursday we have troops at 6:30. So when we're going to track practice, we make sure we take dinner and we just eat it at the church. So we have troops, warm it up, or we eat it in the car depending on how we're feeling. So we have troops, and then this time it's just hanging around and just doing random stuff, either going to the park or just going to the store, whatever the kids want to do. We just do that, or we just like sometimes just take a nap. Okay. But that's what that is for. Or we just go to my mom's house and just hang out before troops. So troop is from 6:30 to 8:30. So we are home around 9 o'clock, and then when we get here, the kids usually go to bed later because then sleep schedules are 9. But after troop is usually late, so they just brushing teeth and go to bed. I don't worry about them cleaning up or nothing like that. The house can be dirty. I just want them to be in bed. Okay, and then I also do any kind of schoolwork I need to do here for me. If I don't have any kind of schoolwork, I would just meal plan. The only thing I do throughout the week, whenever I'm not tired or I'm not doing anything, I'm not sleeping, I will take the opportunity to just make a one meal there throughout the week. That way, at the end of the week, I don't have too much meals to make, because I have to prep my meals the week ahead for this schedule to be able to work. I can't be cooking after track practice. I don't have the time nor the energy. Okay, so I try to cook the week before what we're eating and just in the fridge, and the menu is up. The kids know what they're having that day, and my 14 will warm it up. When I'm not doing anything up here on Thursday, I don't have any kind of schoolwork or anything like that, I would just meal prep one thing. Okay, one or two things, or I'll just do a self-care. But this is just an empty space for me if I finish my schoolwork on this day, for me to just relax and just recharge, look through the planner, plan for the week, the homeschool things like that. That's what that is for. And I try to go to bed on Thursday at 10 o'clock, but a lot of the time I'm just in bed, not falling asleep till 1 o'clock, because my body's just used to being up. Okay, so then on Friday, the difference on Friday is so let me pull up here: meal prep, breakfast prep. Usually it's just I'm prepping breakfast because it's easy. Oh, the only thing is with my breakfast, I'm not cooking that much breakfast throughout the week, because for my breakfast, for example, for my cinnamon roll, when I make cinnamon roll, it lasts me 4 to 6 weeks. I make a huge batch of things. I don't just make cinnamon roll that's gonna last for the week. I just don't have the time for it, because my cinnamon roll take an hour to rise, 2 hours to rise, and I have to roll it out, mix it, and things like that. So it takes that 3 hours to 3.5 hours if the kids are helping me. So I make a huge batch, and that lasts me 4 to 6 weeks. My biscuit lasts me 4 to 5 weeks, depending on if the kids are having strawberry shortcake throughout the week for dessert, because they use the biscuit for strawberry shortcake as well. So if they're having it on there, the least I haven't gone for my biscuits 3 weeks. Okay, and I make a huge batch of that for that as well. When I'm making breakfast for a Pacific week, I'm usually making no more than 3 breakfasts for Pacific weeks, just because I make bulk amount of breakfast. Okay, so on Friday, this is where I do self-care. I schedule self-care in here and working out. Try to work out 1 time a week, just because I don't have the time, and I don't really make the time. Like when Abigail's at track practice, I could work out, but I'm just tired and I just want to do school and just sleep. So I don't work out. So on Friday morning, while the kids are sleeping, I would just like try to work out, have a main time, read the Bible. It's just a time just for me. Okay, so this is just main time, because I'm usually up by then. Okay, so then around 8 o'clock, I'm usually up here. Around 8 o'clock or 8:30, I'm usually up here trying to do breakfast and folding the laundry and getting ready for the day. Like I always fold laundry every morning before I go to bed or when I wake up. Okay, so when I fold the laundry and do breakfast and things like that, then my kids wakes up during that same time period and doing what they need to do. And then around 9 o'clock, we will eat breakfast and have devote. And then we just start homeschooling around 9 o'clock. So that should be 8 o'clock. I'm sorry. So that should be around like 8 o'clock, 8:30-ish. And then kids I come up here at 8, and then kids are already up around 7:30 doing their own things, or around 8. So then we have devotional in that time period. And then around 9 o'clock or close to 9 o'clock, sometimes we run late. Okay, it's not gonna be exactly on time, but if it's not more than 30 minutes, my schedule is still fine. That's what I put a lot of wiggle rooms in a lot of my things. Okay, so around 9 o'clock, we just start homeschooling. Okay, so on Friday and on Thursday up here, we have this huge amount of space. This is where I usually work with my householder, like my elementary school to do work, but I'm focused on these 2 days on Abigail. Okay, so all the way up here, I am focused on Abigail to do schoolwork with her because she have Plutarch. She have to do that with me. Her chemistry, she have to do that with me, and I just go through her stuff for her narration. So I'll either pick right here depending on the little one's school or on Friday because Friday I have a large amount of time. That is why I'm just gonna focus on her, just gonna me or her, and Madison and Sonny are just doing their own thing. Because by the time on Friday they're already caught up with the schoolwork because Sonny like doing his schoolwork ahead of time. Then he do his math on Monday instead of just doing it every day like he should be doing. But I just let that go. I pick my battles and things like that. So on that time right here, this is why I'm trying to focus on her and try to catch her, making sure she's on schedule and things like that. Okay, and then we'll go to track practice. So doing off season is track practice. Doing in season, she's already gone. She usually gone I usually drop her off at 8 o'clock or in the morning for her to go to her track meet. So she is not doing anything up here. That's one of the reasons. Depends on what's going on. Try to do that with her on Thursday, and then on Friday I can just focus on a little one, or we go to her track meet and we do school. You guess it, in the car. Okay, so then I'll just plan that in for her track, doing off season, and doing season for her track. We are driving up there on her track meet and things like that. Okay, or if I'm not going to a track meet, we just stay in town and we just hang out and do schoolwork, whatever the little one wants to do. Okay, so then on Friday around 4:30, here, because put that here. On Friday, I'll tell her coach, we have co-op on Friday. So on Friday we have co-op from 4:30 to 5:30, 5:30 to 6:30. So I work with the local college up here and we started a homeschool science co-op. Since I'm one of the family members, it's me and the professor, I have to be there, or I have to ask another parent to step in when Abigail have track meet if I want to go to it, and I go to a lot of her track meet, and they're very helpful. Homeschool parents are very helpful. So I'm up there at the college around 4:15 ish till 7 o'clock. So at the college, a lot of the time I am late, and I already talked to professor, so I'm late and I'm not there to help him set up, but I always stay to help him clean up, just because he knows that Abigail has track practice. So you need to communicate with people around you what's going on. Okay, so after that we have the homeschool co-op and we are there to 7. So we have 4:30 to 5:30, 5:30 to 6:30, and I'm cleaning up. If the other parents take around to help me, I'm off the campus by like 6:45. If not, I'm off the campus around 7 o'clock. And then we'll come home. When we come home on Friday, this is when the kids do whatever they want to do. So this is Fun Friday. So this is when the kids stay up. They clean my fridge out because this is now sundown, which is their Sabbath. I don't tell them what to do. They still have to be respectful and things like that. But I don't tell them what to do, what to eat. They just clear the fridge out and they stay up all night. Okay, so they stay up all night. But I go to bed around 10 to 11 and 1 a.m. I'm in my room at like 10 o'clock and I'm reading, doing schoolwork, planning for the week. The meal plan or homeschool schedule. This is when I do that, but I hang out with them for like 3 to 4 hours and then I go to bed, but it's still up all night. So on Saturday they are sleeping and I would just wake up here and I just have a main time, just stay in my bed for like an hour or do my facial, whatever I need to do, and then I would eat around like 7 o'clock. If I'm hungry, or 8 o'clock I would just eat, and then around 10 o'clock I will go shopping because I get some stuff from the farmer market and they have that on Saturday from like I think it's 8 to 12, but I'm usually there at 10, and then I go grocery shopping. Then I am done around 1 o'clock. Okay, so I'll go food shopping at 10 here, and the kids are still sleeping, and then by the time I come around 1 o'clock they're already up, and I'll just meal prep. This is where I meal prep for my dinner. because by the time it comes to Saturday, I'm already done with breakfast because I'm prepping little thing breakfast here. If I had time, I prep a breakfast there. So by the time Saturday come around, it's just my dinner I'm prepping. So then I would just prep between 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. It don't take me that long because I'm just making like 5 meals or sometimes 4 meals depending on what's going on, because on Wednesday we're having pizza and things like that. So I'll just meal prep till like 3 or sometimes 4 o'clock. But I schedule till 3 to try to push myself, because around 4 I try to deep clean the house. So any kind of thing I need to clean, I'll just deep clean or prep. Anything I need to do for that week, I'll just do that here. And then I'm usually done with all of that. I just schedule a whole bunk thing. I'm usually done with that like an hour. But I just schedule that out until 10 o'clock right here. And then I just go to bed here. Okay, so this is what my schedule looked like for the whole week. So if you have any suggestion, if you need me to help you figure out your schedule in June, I have like 2 weeks that I'm gonna be free. Just let me know, comment down below, or I'll try to put my email. You can email me, and we can just see how many kids you have. Try to help you with that schedule as well. Okay, so thank you for sticking around, and have a blessed day.